From the Allyn Media Worldwide Headquarters Studios, high atop 2 Turtle Creek, this is Deconstructing Dallas. Greetings, everyone. This is your holly jolly co-host Ryan Trimble, joined today by the man who calls himself a Grinch, but I think
joined by the Grinch. I knew you were gonna. I knew, because that's exactly right. You are joined by the Grinch. Unfortunately,
not quite.
My heart is 2 sizes too small. But during this holiday season, we are referencing actually my picture with the Grinch on social media. If anybody has a chance to go to at Shawn P. Williams on Twitter, I posted a picture with me and a person with green fur and said, "One of these is the Grinch."
And I summarily towel snapped Shawn for his teetering on dad joke level posting on Twitter.
It was kind of weird, though. It was Friday night, and, it was really rainy and cold on Friday night, and I was walking through Bishop Arts District, and the Grinch was walking through Bishop Arts and tiptoeing through, had a bag of toys or whatever it might be. And so there were people taking pictures, slightly creepy, but I couldn't help but get a selfie with the Grinch.
The Grinch is supposed to be creepy.
I know, but well,
he was stealing Cindy Lou Who's toys, man. Come on.
It was night, it was cold, it was rainy, it just seemed, but there was a kid who was poking the Grinch with a little baby umbrella, so I think that kept us safe.
Well, good. I'm glad he was there for you, Shawn. But speaking of Christmas and Christmas cheer and holiday spirit, I'm excited about our episode today, Shawn. We recently had the opportunity to get involved, give back, and bring some holiday spirit to some folks in need in our community. And we wanted to bring you a special guest today to tell you more about it.
What's really interesting is before you and I started doing the show, even before we really knew what we did in our off time and spare time, it was cool to find out that we both had worked from a service capacity with Meals on Wheels. Mm-hmm. And for me, I was really introduced to doing the Day of Caring through the Dallas Police Department, which we'll have an opportunity to talk more with Kim about. But I've also had an opportunity just personally, me and my family, to go sign up and deliver meals here in Dallas. And it is an experience that my kids will never forget. It's an experience I'll never forget. My mother had an opportunity to go out with us, and it's something I look forward to continuing to do. And I know it's something that you and your family have had a chance to do as well.
Yeah, that's right, Shawn. We've had the opportunity to go out thanks to Mrs. Trimble and her caring heart. She signed us up and gets us out. And so we've done the MLK Day deliveries 2 or 3 times maybe, and then most recently we did the Thanksgiving Day delivery, and it was great. We went around Bachman Lake, and we talked with we're going to talk with Kim about this, but went around Bachman Lake, and really, you get to see what's really going on in Dallas. And one of the big issues facing our city, probably a lot of cities, but certainly our city, is hunger. And so it's really neat to, at least for one day, be a smiling face and deliver some good news, some cheer, and some sustenance and nutrition for folks that are really in need and can't get out.
Usually we have an opportunity to review. We've gotten a little sports intensive recently in our openings. We've had a lot of football going on, but I think we were both so excited about this interview and how well it went that we really want to jump right into it. So I'm going to take it to break now so we can get a chance to talk to Kim. So this is Deconstructing Dallas. Shawn Williams, Ryan Trimble. We will be right back with Kim Peters from Visiting Nurses Association and Meals on Wheels right after this.
Basketball season is in full swing in Dallas, and that means it's time for some Moody magic. That's right, friends. SMU Basketball is back in action and looking to win another American Athletic Conference title. And now you can be part of the action by purchasing tickets today. Here's what you do. Call my friends over at the ticket office at 214-SMU-GAME or go online to smumustangs.com. Season tickets and single game tickets are available. Again, that's smumustangs.com or 214-SMU-GAME. Go online today, get your tickets, give them a call, and pony up.
Welcome back. This is Deconstructing Dallas. Shawn Williams, Ryan Trimble. Today we are at Visiting Nurses Association, a place that Ryan and I got to know a lot last week, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But we are with Kim Peters, Manager of Corporate and Group Relations, who's going to tell us a little bit about what VNA does and who they are. Kim, welcome to Deconstructing Dallas.
Thank you for having me. I feel honored, Shawn.
Well, we are honored. The pleasure is all ours. So a lot of people know about your work, but some people don't know you by this particular name. So VNA, Visiting Nurses Association, can you tell our listeners a little bit about the organization?
Sure. So the Visiting Nurses Association, Meals on Wheels of Dallas County, we are the largest delivery program in the nation. The Visiting Nurses, 80 years ago almost, in essence, started our Meals on Wheels program, which has now grown into delivering over 4,300 meals a year. So there is a bit of confusion when we have corporate partners or volunteers initially sign up. Everybody wonders, what is the VNA? The VNA is definitely a part of a historic opportunity for volunteers to get together, led by visiting nurses.
And you said you're the largest food deliverer in Dallas County. Tell us a little bit more about the stats. How many meals do you deliver a day, a week, a month, a year?
It's massive. We are the largest single-site delivery program in the nation, and that means from beginning to end, we are the largest. We start cooking here in our kitchen, which is the largest kitchen in the nation, at 4:30 in the morning, preparing meals fresh. We have chefs that come in. We have sous chefs that come in to start preparing. It's a massive team effort to ensure that these 4,300 meals are delivered every day, Monday through Friday. Hot, right off the runway, which is not necessarily the runway, but the machines and,
Sure.
and how we package and prepare these meals. Every morning starts about 4:30 in the morning.
And, for people who come, who volunteer, and we'll talk again about what we had an opportunity to do, but, what do people get? What do people see when they come here, even for the first time, as far as this is a volunteer opportunity?
I tell all of my friends, especially corporate partners, that 7 years ago, Meals on Wheels gifted me with surprise and delight. And I think that's the initial response. Oftentimes people will think, Meals on Wheels is woe is me. I am going to have to face a certain reality that I may not want to deal with on a day-to-day basis. But more often than not, we have volunteers that come in, just as we've discussed, as a follow-up. I was just so excited and so surprised at the end of the day to be able to share with my loved ones that this experience was unlike anything that I had imagined. That you've met friends on some occasions, you've met smiling faces, or if nothing else, you truly understand the need and how you felt a part of a huge society of volunteers that come together to support this segment of our society that continues to grow.
Kim, tell us about your clientele more specifically.
Sure.
Who are the folks that use this service, that get their meals delivered on a daily basis? What's the threshold or some of the guidelines for becoming a client?
So the average Meals on Wheels client, I'll talk about that first, and then we'll talk about how Meals on Wheels clients can become, those that are interested in receiving meals can get on our client list. So the average client is a female. She's over the age of 65, 68. She lives alone, and she lives in the southern sector. And that's a really big point of mention, in that the southern sector is a high priority need in terms of volunteer coverage. And I think from experience, we've known and we've continued to believe that if we become a part of this community, we'll really be able to hone in on what the issues are. And we found it's just knowledge base, truly getting into the community and talking with people and having them to understand that your neighbors are on the Meals on Wheels program.
Sure.
Would you like to be a part of this volunteer effort to ensure that they're getting meals every day? And every year we've continued to grow volunteer coverage in certain areas, especially within the southern sector, especially during times like our big MLK delivery, for example, which we've used as a platform.
Great day.
It's amazing. On that day, we deliver well over 350 routes. That's all of the routes that we cover on a day-to-day basis. Volunteers will come and deliver on that day. Clients can get on the Meals on Wheels client list. Really, it's just a call, and you'll talk with an intake specialist, and they'll ask you 3 questions. Do you live alone? Do you have access to food? And there are some income indicators that are discussed, but it's really short, it's quick, and I don't work on the intake team, but I know from discussion this is something that is kind of purposeful, and that we know that the client and the age group that we're working with, we're really not trying to get too much into the details, but really wanting to get the pertinent information really fast and really quick so that we can see how we can either get you on the waiting list or make sure that you get meals within a timely period.
Yeah.
So, Kim, when I met you, it was part of work I was doing at Dallas Police Department, and we participated in the corporate Days of Caring. And we had, police cars all out in the parking lot, and it was just an amazing experience for us. And I know you specifically work with groups and corporations. So can you tell us a little bit about the work that you do and kind of how you are able to get folks involved?
Sure. When I was hired 5 years ago in this role, it was my job, I guess you can say, to matchmake volunteer opportunities for corporate partners to help us fill the gaps. On every day, our goal is to ensure that 50% of the routes are covered. I'm able to talk with corporate groups about the big vision, the big picture, and how much of a need and how we can together fill this gap with creating team building opportunities for groups to come in and to deliver together. Over the years, I've had the great fortune of expanding this program and knowing that there are so many needs for the seniors in terms of special projects and programs like lawn care. In the spring, this is a huge need for seniors to have volunteers come and assist in areas that they're no longer able to because of disabilities or because of mobility and all those things. We visit widows on Saturdays. We have an amazing pet care program where we provide food for pets, and that we found that many of our clients were sharing their food with their baby loved ones. So now it's definitely transitioned into a position where not only am I filling the gaps and I'm allowing corporate and individual groups to come together for team building activities to deliver, but also really have an opportunity to deliver on the weekends or to participate in special projects and programs, I guess I can say, outside of just the delivery.
It's so interesting. I mean, all these folks, there's a lot of groups around town, some of our clients, Walmart, a lot of different folks that are trying to solve the issue of food deserts and access to food. And it seems to me like you all are currently standing in the gap and filling that role, at least for these, 4,000 plus seniors or folks that can't get around and get food. So, I mean, it's really amazing what y'all do. And it's like eliminating the last mile or the transportation need for somebody who can't get out or is homebound. So it's really an amazing service that has been going on for 80 years now.
I love that you mentioned that, because our primary goal is to ensure that we can allow clients to stay safe and secure in their homes because they don't have access to food. It's not, it may not be that, I don't have $5 to go and spend on vegetables or something like that. It's even if I did have that discretionary income, I don't have the mobility to be able, and I can't cook. In terms of really talking about food deserts and access to food, in addition to delivering meals, we have a healthy snack bag program that I didn't mention just a minute ago, which continues to grow. This is a program where we deliver an extra meal on Saturday, and this is a volunteer opportunity for those groups that are unable to deliver Monday through Friday. It's definitely grown over the years, and it is my hope that as my legacy, I will have been able to work with staffers and work with volunteers to ensure that these snacks bags are purchased, which they are, by volunteers and delivered by volunteers. But hopefully we'll be able to continue to grow this program so that seniors will know not only are you going to receive this hot meal Monday through Friday and a friendly visit, but you'll know that on Saturday you're going to have a smiling face coming to cheer you on and sit with you and see you again on Saturday and deliver an extra meal.
Well, we are with a smiling face here. We are with Kim Peters here at the V&A Meals on Wheels. When we come back from this break, we're going to talk a little bit about the Corporate Day of Caring that we had with Allyn Media, as well as some experiences that Ryan and I have had just kind of personally working with Meals on Wheels. So stay with us. We'll be right back after this, Deconstructing Dallas.